Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 21 of my Inca El Dorado series. The last part was a little bit slow because I was a little confused about the naval stuff, so uh, pardon me taking extra time for that. I don't know why it's notifying us again, but whatever. I believe everything's pretty much on track. We got this guy farming up the gold. Elizabeth, yeah, in the last part, Elizabeth took over the Ottoman capital of Istanbul, so the fact that we're uh, beefing up our navy just to knock out a few boats of Poland's while we try to punish them won't be wasted because then we can send our boats over there. And yeah, ship of the line is stronger than our frigates, but not as strong as our ironclad by any means. We could bulb this guy and, go ahead and pick up this one before we even start war. So that's a thing. I don't, at this point in time, intend to finish the honor tree. The commerce opener would be nice. We do want this at some point, which means we're going to need this at some point. So there's three policies we might pick up. On the other hand, our culture game's through the roof, so it's not like it's going to hurt. Let's see. How much sooner till a great artist comes out? Looks like 5 turns. So the fact that a golden age just ended is rather irrelevant. But that does mean that this is going to be huge. Yeah, 3,700. Wow. So we'll get a policy right now, which is nice. So let's just do it. I don't see any reason not to. We'll take this one. The honor finisher is really great. At this point, this would do almost nothing for us, and at this point, this would be largely wasted. But the finisher itself is worthwhile. So, I mean, as long as these policies keep coming this rapidly, maybe. I don't know. I would hate to start pursuing that and find out we made a wrong turn somewhere, but whatever, having fun. I've never done this before, having a solid science game, getting technologically advanced, and then just stomping. So this should be a lot of fun. Alright, research lab is finished, so I'm going to have to pull off the wine for the moment. We will get back to that shortly. And now we want to build a factory here. We only had 3 of our own coal, so we were only able to build factories in the other 3 cities, and we did that because of specialist slots, since this already has a windmill and can't even populate the ones it has. So we let this guy be the last, which is fine because once he got a hydro plant up, his production was amazing. Okay, so mostly we just kind of want to keep eyes on his boats. So having this come up here to assist with attacking these might be okay. I don't want to be in a situation where he's like, hey, how come you're getting your military close by? But I don't know how that relates to naval anyways. We're going to have an ironclad coming out here, so there's that. Because for some reason these travel faster in the coast. So I'll just keep it in the borders because, why not? And then as for these guys, just some place where they can intervene. They move pretty quick up here. So having eyes all along this coast to keep an idea of where his boats are, how many boats he has, how unsafe our naval trade route is. I mean, that's a big deal, right? So after this, I'll build another frigate here. And that should leave us with 4 ironclad, 3 frigates. Which is good enough for this fight, probably. As far as going over here, maybe bringing another frigate or 2, I don't know. Looks like this is flat, so yeah, you could have a big circle of frigates over here. And I'm assuming that, because Elizabeth, that's probably the reason why she planted cities. Like, let me look at this. Are you kidding me? This city grew to 15. How is that even possible? I'm so sure. I don't get that one bit. That makes no sense to me. This is pretty pointless, but what else are we going to do right now? Actually, we could consider start moving in 4 turns. Alright. So, probably next turn we can start moving in. That seems to be fair. Because you got to remember, we don't want to occupy his borders. We do want to denounce him first. I didn't bother to count out the faith per turn. How soon would we need Hubble, assuming that's what we're even going to do, right? I don't even know that to be the case. So I'm just thinking this is the next time we would need faith to build a great person. So I am tempted to purchase a prophet that would make us allied with Anteater, which isn't all that important right now, but it might be useful when we turn our sights to England. And then if we did have a great prophet handy, maybe we could resist this one's effort, and that way that doesn't turn into a fight. That seems worthwhile. We do have a scout over here that can kind of keep eyeballs on the Washington. Like I said, these guys are fast and heavy, so they'd be able to stomp out the scouts and get back to the main line. So that might be what we do as far as that goes. And then we'll have an ironclad down here that should be able to stomp that out in a single hit. Okay, whatever. I'm glad you like it, but you are not long for this world, my friend. Okay. Incoming session. Embargo city-states. Yeah, we'll have to swat that down, I guess. Copper, silver, wine. We don't have silver ourselves, so the copper and the wine must be what came back. And it doesn't look like any city-states want me to connect anything. So, unfortunately, Poland doesn't want anything. That would be real nice to take a good chunk of his money before we declare war on him. No longer friends with him. In fact, we only got a few turns left. So this will probably be the turn we mobilize. Which means this will be the turn we break our encirclement. And to that extent, it is nice that this guy's over by our expand rather than the capital. So let's go ahead and buy a prophet. It's actually cheaper than an Inquisitor. That's kind of funny. I don't know that it... limited visibility, construct website, spread religion, found a religion, religious strength, spread religion. It doesn't actually say anything. Extra site requires enhance religion, religious strength, remove heresy, prohibits spread. So it says prohibits spread, but the Great Prophet does not. So I'm going to assume we can't do that with a Great Prophet. But we could then turn around and convert it back. So maybe get it anyways. The problem with that is that if we convert it, if we use a charge for that, then obviously we would not be able to plant a holy site then. So the profit would largely be wasted. I mean, I guess we could come into the cities we take and like convert, but I don't even see the point in that. They want Taoism, so I guess we could do that. That would be a way, because we're going to pay for this one before we start. So, what is our... We are at 0, so the fact that this says we need 80 more should decay, which means starting next turn we can just buy them clean and clear. Probably going to have the gold for it, because it doesn't look like anything else is going on as far as that goes. Kind of seems like a waste of faith, but as long as I can buy one engineer... See, it's not just a matter of one engineer, though, because we haven't bought any scientists yet. So the first scientist is only going to cost 1,000. So we'll probably have enough faith by the end of the game to have one scientist, one engineer. I don't even know how we're going to win. We might just go all military and stuff, so I don't even know how important that is.
See?
So anyways, let's go sell off our stuff. Who wants copper? She wants copper. But she's starting to get upset. The city-state, yeah, whatever. But the friendship thing, that was like... That was a pre-existing condition. So I'm not sure we should be judged for that, but...
That's unacceptable.
Yeah. Seems like every time she talks, she sounds like she's ready to bite your head off. And she kind of looks like Helena Bonham Carter on Alice in Wonderland or something. Okie dokie. So that's finished. Let's get the frigate out. This is the turn we're going to mobilize. So this seems to work out, in my opinion. Alright, so we're heavy here. We got a shooter and a melee. We got a shooter here. Melee here. Get on top of our boat, because why not? We got this one here to keep eyes. So that seems to work for my tastes. I guess we leave it there. That's fine. Okay, there's the gold, which is nice because next turn is when railroad starts. So we want to mobilize anyway. So let's start occupying tiles. That's going to get in this guy's way. So that way he'll step out of our worker's way. So melee blocker, horsey type. Horsey type can go real far. So let's move him last. It's okay that these knights straggle, so we'll just drop them here, and that way the prophet can't go. Well, you know what? The prophet can't go through military anyways. So this one can come here, and then let's drop this one here as a blocker. This means our path for the worker should be clear. This ironclad can come down this way. We had seen a Polish boat down here, but then it disappeared. It was a trireme though, so it can't go deep water. What is our sight range? I don't actually know. Probably. Well, yeah, we do know. 1, 2, 3. It's clearly lit up as 3. So 3, 2, 1, 0. We'll just leave him there. Leaving that guy there. All right, time to mobilize. Alright, let's try to be somewhat sensical about this. Like, say, blocker over the river, blocker over the river, blocker leading the charge to the east. That seems to work. Let's get a lancer kind of in the midpoint. I really want to cross the river with him, but I don't want him visible. So we'll leave him here for now. No, we'll leave him here. That way he can go here next turn. And that way this guy can be our East Coast rapid guy. He'll come here. We do need an artillery heading towards... well, I guess I would have moved him first if I had realized that. But it's okay. Caravan. Cusco. Alright. So this will be our force mostly heading towards Washington, and then we can spread everybody out to face these two cities. It's all going to basically be based on where we can get visibility and such. Okay, I must have taken a lancer off of there, so let's do that and that, because we don't want to be seen per se, which means we can't set up anything there, which is fine. So let's kind of just get these guys on the road-ish. And that way they can kind of start representing. Maybe one more melee in the middle here makes sense. So where would you go? Here? Here? No. Can't be seen. He can be seen here. Probably seen there too. So whatever. We don't need to get super... The artillery is important though. That's going towards Poznan. So we'll give him a somewhat forward position so that he can be mobile. We'll just back that up like that. So, alright. Let's see. Can you... No. Can you garrison? You can. Good. Alright. So I guess we just have the melee lead the road. And then the ranged can follow. Kind of like that. Alrighty. Well, you can go another step, huh? Can you go another step? No? Okay. So that's fine, too. We are not finished, though, are we? Yeah, we are. Okay, so the Lancer, we were leaving him for last so he can kind of backfill. Oh, wait, no, so we could see how far he could travel. As long as he's on the road, that's fine. Alright, so that seems to be good for there. That's good for there. We decided that. Yep. Okay. So now it's just construction projects. Neuschwanstein's available next turn. And that's the only thing that's going to impact our build decisions. We've chosen a frigate there. So is there something here that would take one turn that we would actually want? Not really. Let's pre-build a zoo. It's possible that we're going to take these cities so rapidly that our happiness will become a problem. So, since it's just a pre-build anyways, let's just put a turn in on a zoo. We could kind of treat all these cities that way, maybe. Coliseum here, yeah. In fact, we could put a Coliseum here, and then I think that's the last of the Coliseums. We can actually double check that, and then that. Oh, oh. Why is Circus Maximus not listed here? It should be grayed out so that we could check. Doesn't that come along at the same time? No. So where is Circus Maximus? Why am I missing that? Requisite tech, horseback riding. Okay, which we most definitely have. So that doesn't answer my question one bit. We couldn't have built it already. We need a Coliseum in this city. You know, we don't even have to build a Coliseum in this city. We can build anything. We could build Porcelain Tower. Alright. Well, that's weird, because we have horseback riding. There's Circus Maximus. Must I build a Coliseum in all cities? It should at least be listed, and then, like, grayed out. So, I'm not sure what... It's listed here! Yeah. Okay, so Cusco and Olan need Coliseums. So, yeah. Well, the frigate's more important right now, I think. What do we actually have? We have 2 frigates, 4 ironclad. Maybe that should have been 3 and 3, I don't know. We have 2 up here to deal with his boats. I agree with that. Because depending on how it goes, like an ironclad might stomp this outright, this might shoot this outright, this could stomp this outright, this could stomp this outright, and then we shoot on the city. Shoot on the city. That makes sense to me. Alright. I'm cool with that. So, I don't know. Building the Circus Maximus. We probably wouldn't have time anyways. So let's see if we can figure out something better to do with this city. If we can just whip it out in one turn. Actually, you know what? Walls into castle because of Neuschwanstein. We're about to go to war. I don't think the war is going to come to us, though, so I'm not sure how much that matters. And I don't know how much an artillery is going to matter. But I always hear how much fun they are, so let's go ahead and just do that. And build one more. Why not, right? Okay, so this guy's finished here. This is the one that's going to be finished last. Let's drop him over here so we can start the railroads on both sides. He can just come over here and do that. So, yep. Alright. Yep. Okay. So we're blocking this guy for now. That means our worker gets through. Ooh, look at that. These, okay, and this guy shows back up. Nice. Melbourne desires furs, I see. Railroad. Alright, so railroad means we build Neuschwanstein here. 12 turns. That's a little steep. It means these workers get started on railroads. Like so. Let's see. Did we kill a spy? We killed a Swedish spy. That's okay. Machu's grown. I did see the pink hill, so that's... or purple-ish. Right. Okay, so we are working all the food tiles on the ground. Let's start slotting in these specialist slots here. Horses and gems. And Casimir doesn't want any of those. That's unfortunate. Wait, he's upset with me too? I'm gonna come help you, dude. Like, don't be like that. Oh, wow, but he's willing to give us full price. Alright.
Hello again.
But we know she's not, right? And she's
Go
the only
ahead.
one that appears to want our gems. Wait, did we need gems coming back for anything? I don't think we need anything coming back. We just got a notification for furs. And that is it. And Sweden has furs, so let's just go ahead and do that.
Ah, välkommen.
Why can't you just, like, talk like a normal
Min
person?
vän.
Instead of throwing in all that extra crap, complicating the deal.
Hello again.
Alright, last we knew she's doing
ahead.
6, so I don't see this as working.
That's unacceptable.
Oh my goodness. The AI needs
you
to
be
just
interested-
stop playing. Melbourne Desires first, so we'll have that. That's nice. That's a good one for us to be keeping. Okie dokie, railroad is done. I kind of want to come up this way for infrastructure reasons. Oil, hospital, you know, trade route, medical lab. I don't know. Finding the oil means that we can start getting planes, so maybe we just go nuts. I don't actually know. I wasn't planning to be this like militant as it is. Let's see here. There's no real point in bulbing right now. And yeah, somebody pointed out it's only 10. That's not entirely true. There is a social policy that maximizes that. We do have multipliers, so it's not just 10. And right now it's a matter of not like taking on a million techs at once because we just don't need to. So I'm thinking one more academy in the capital should be good to go. Alright, so now we've got all of our railroad things started. That's good. He's done. We'll come over here. This guy's now done. So as far as our extra workers, we're not going to keep Washington. We're going to return it. We might go ahead and just take Warsaw as like a lesson. And if so, then we're going to want to build roads. We'd probably burn Lodge down. We'd keep Lodge long enough for the fight and then burn it down. Looks like the boat situation persists, so I'm going to leave that go. Let's see here. Have an archer type over here. Yeah, I don't know how well we're going to be able to get into position. Artillery. Let's have the fast goo come here. Melee leads. Artillery's near. And he can zoom past or something. I don't know. Here, I guess. Again, having the Great General mostly stick with the force heading for Washington. You get over here. You come up here, which now means we can abide somebody crossing the river like that. None of those guys can be seen, and that's I like that. This artillery's coming towards Poznan, so realistically, this guy should cross back over. He should back up, and we'll leave the artillery here, because then we can just set up and shoot. Once we get eyeballs, in fact, we can have this guy, the Lancer, come down here. He wouldn't be... Oh, yeah, he would be seen. Okay. Well, we'll figure something out. Because we're going to need to get eyes to be able to shoot. Alright. So, yeah, we'll just leave those guys as is for now. Just getting our forces over there. Another melee in the middle. Another melee here. Wow, we got a lot of melee. Alright. And that's fine. Blockers, attackers. They're strong. They're strong. One can keep coming over here. We can garrison them for now. Something like that's fine. Alright. So what's going on with this guy? Do we have a... No, we do not have one there because we moved him up there. That makes sense. Move this guy here. We have another Lancer. So we have a Lancer per battlefront, it looks like. That I like that. That can help as far as like pillaging tiles, grabbing workers, things of that sort. Having a melee in the back's not a problem. Do we have another Lancer coming up from behind? We don't. So I'll just end his turn on the Scientist, because why not? As for these guys, kind of want to keep them near the Scouts, but without being too obvious, I guess. He can just remain a blocker right there for this turn. That's fine by me. Alright, he can cover that, so we'll just leave him there. All of the boats seem to be in good positions as far as I'm concerned. So we'll just leave him there. What we could do, though, is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one could buddy up with that one, because now he could potentially shoot these or come over here and shoot this. That seems to work out for me. Alright. I'm liking all of this. Gatling gun. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't hitting space when I was done with all my movements. Alrighty, everything is looking good as far as workers and trades. So what are we looking at here? 2 more turns. We're almost
Would
in
you be
position. We're all
interested in a
pretty much
trade
in
agreement
position
with
right now.
England?
I'm gonna let the aluminum come back. If we do go the spaceship route, we're gonna want 3 for ourselves. It doesn't have to be 3 all at once.
You can't talk me much.
We can manage with just 1, but captured by Poland. Sigtuna, okay. But my thought process was, yeah, here, we can lump sum every single one of them to Poland and go from there. Because we'll just get it right back and we get to keep the money. Declaration has expired with the Mayans. So we should reinstitute that. Is he one of the ones that's concerned? Yeah. Does that mean he's not gonna... Oh, okay, good, good, good. Alright. Now when we tell him off for spreading his religion, it won't be so painful. And also, we'll have another person we can lump sum with moving forward. Aluminum, all aluminum. Alright. So we'll just do them all to him. If he'll have them all, we'll have to see. After that, I am going to want to keep 3 for myself. Haven't decided what's going on in the future, but it's my understanding that there's some warfare stuff that requires aluminum as well, so I'm sure we'll find uses for them if we decide not to go the spaceship route. Okay. You know, it just occurred to me that because we were intending on selling all of them, and he probably was going to take all of them, we could have just done the math and done it as one transaction. Panama City desires gems after I just sold off my gems. Okay. But we got gems back for somebody. I wasn't paying attention. I had clicked it off. Let's see. Furs, that's what it was. Okay, so Melbourne is buffed. I'm going to go ahead and buy Buenos Aires. Our gold is through the roof, so let's just do this. That gives him an opportunity to react so that when we go to declare war, we get the final buys. Maybe we buy this one, I don't know. I'm cool with letting Florence go because it's not on top of Poland. But yeah, that would be pretty nasty for him. All of the city-states around him belong to us, and of course once we're locked into war, he can't be throwing money at them, so I really like that idea. In one turn we finish archaeology, so maybe we build an archaeologist or 2 depending on what happens. So in the capital, let's just go ahead and do that one turn Colosseum idea. Still not sure why the Circus Maximus isn't showing up there, but let's see, we can reach him from there, so let's sit tight. This guy can dance as long as we can still reach this scout. He can dance and block this guy for the time being. We'll keep an eye on that situation. Actually, you know what? Okay. Because he'll probably bounce to here. As long as he's out of the way by the time we need our worker to move, that's okay. Right now, let's see, boat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shoot, so these boats are fine where they are, I think. Melee, that is, okay. Having him lead is fine. Having him, yeah, that's fine. Alright, we wanted to set up to where the artillery ends up here. Well, I suppose the artillery could end up here. The Lancer could go 1, 2, 3, 4. That would get eyeballs. Or better yet, end up here, because then we'd be protected. We could see if there was anything else, because this worker's nice enough to be here for us. This worker can actually start heading down here. Maybe start pre-building roads through Lodge. Right, so yeah, the artillery could end up here. I do want 2 melee to be able to come help out here. So maybe having 1 on his border is not the end of the world. We just don't want to go nuts as far as being seen. So something like that works for me. Alright. So melee, melee. We got a couple melee that can head this way, which is good. We got a couple melee that can head this way, which is good. A couple melee that comes in here, and then a couple that act as filler. So this is a really good arrangement. I like it. Maybe Washington's actually going to be somewhat easy to take. I know there's hills and stuff, and we can't use boats, and there's a river, but it's at the extremity. Whereas Poznan is actually surrounded by his city. So maybe we have one more melee come this way. Yeah, that seems fine. Oh, plus we got this guy that can act as a backfill. So maybe I even counted it wrong and I just put an extra one over there, which makes sense anyway. So this configuration works out pretty well. We do have an artillery. This is going to be one that could aim at... This one's going to go for Washington. So really, let us go ahead and just set it up. Because we could set it up here, and it could reach as soon as we had eyes. And Lancer, let's just have this Lancer head out over this way. Yeah, we'll cross the river with the Lancer. We'll try to keep it away from him so he won't see it. That makes sense to me. Alright, so we'll have him backfill for now. I mean, it really would make sense for a melee to follow with them. So let's get the scout out of here. Back him up like that. We'll get a melee following over there. Not too closely. And then he can fill in there. Alright. Trying to be ginger about this without taking too much time. Leaving him garrisoned is fine. We can still reach that guy. Alright. So we're mostly doing okay. Scientist is coming down here. We'll just go ahead and protect them. This artillery, that was the whole question. So we have one that's facing down on Washington. One that's in position to shoot Poznan. Probably won't need one in position to shoot Lodge. But we can go ahead and back this artillery up one and put him in there, and then we can next turn set up here, and that way we can reach. Then we'd have another unit visible to his borders, which I'm not thrilled about, but these guys can actually defend. Okay, that appears to be everything. And we are at the half-hour mark, so I want to end it here. I would just keep going for the fight, but there's a lot of decisions being made. In fact, I just noticed one turn to go. Let's go ahead and get a trade caravan that can feed T1 going, because that's only going to take one turn. That's better. That makes more sense to me than the Coliseum. What all trade routes do we have going to T1? I'm pretty sure we're up to 2, aren't we? No. Okay. All right, the boat was the extra. All right, so we can just launch it to T1 from Cusco. All right. Anyways, what I was getting at is there's a lot of decisions going on here, so it is slower and like easier to mess up. So I want to approach each part with like fresh eyes, but this is what we're looking like militarily. We are just killing it. Look at that. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so one-sided. It's almost unfair, but it'll still be fun. So thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.